Hello, everybody. Media Works here with our yearly PSA. We want to let everybody know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hello, everybody. My name is Danielle Jefferson. I am a Washingtonian, D.C. native, and I'm here to talk about my breast cancer journey and being in remission for over 12 years. It started in 2012, right after Thanksgiving. I felt a lump in my breast, and it led me to go to the doctor, and I was told that I had to get a biopsy to see exactly what it was. And doing all of that through testing and everything, I was diagnosed of breast cancer, which the breast cancer was called invasive carcinoma in situ, and it was stage 1A. I was very nervous. I was very scared. I didn't know what to do. I had to undergo treatment. I went to the Cancer Center Treatment of America in Philadelphia, and I went through treatment which consisted of chemotherapy once every 3 weeks. I went through radiation for a month, and then I had to take medication which is called tamoxifen for 10 years. Being diagnosed with breast cancer at a young age was very scary, and I was really scared to talk about it at that time, at that point in my life. But it's been 12 years since I've been in remission, and each year my faith becomes stronger to really talk about this disease that's really affecting women in our country. And I'm no longer scared to talk about my journey and what I went through, and I've became an advocate for breast cancer throughout the years. I also donate funds to American Cancer Society and the Cancer Center Treatment of America, which is now called City of Hope. Being treated at the Cancer Center Treatment of America, I learned so much about this cancer disease, but getting treated at that facility, they really educated me on the disease. They treated me with medication as well as holistic practice as well. Things like meditation, massages, taking supplements can really help us in treating and fighting cancer. I lost my mother in 2017 to breast cancer, as well as losing a cousin at a very young age from breast cancer. Some people say that breast cancer runs in the family and stuff like that because of, your mom or your grandmom, somebody had it before. But for the past 10 years, I've been doing my something called a BRCA testing. That kind of test tests your genes to see if you have any kind of mutation, to see if you are at risk for getting any kind of cancer, in my case breast cancer again, or if it's something in your genes that's having you produce the gene or the mutation that creates cancer in your body. And I've taken that test twice, once in 2012 and the other one just a month ago, and both tests came up negative for any kind of mutation. So there is still some research, there's still work that we have to do to try to find a cure and better medication and treatments for cancer. Being diagnosed with breast cancer is not a death sentence. There's a slew of medication and treatments that's out now to help you. My reasoning for being here is because I am an advocate for breast cancer. I encourage women to go and get your yearly mammograms. If you never got one, I encourage you to go get one. They're not scary, but we have to be ahead of this disease that's really affecting women in our country. we have to be proactive when it comes to our health and just making sure we stay on top of going to the doctor and getting mammograms and making sure that we stay ahead of the game and not get caught up with having the disease. But again, having this disease is not a death sentence. You just got to think positive. You have to get with your right doctors and do the treatments, and they could be very strenuous, but me personally, I had faith and I believed in my God and I went through it. And to this day, I have a voice that I want to talk about my journey, because at one point in time, I didn't really talk about it. I was kind of scared to tell people what I went through, what I was going through. And just last month, I had to go get a biopsy again because they found the spot in my breast, and I had to go get a biopsy, and thank God that it came back benign. But I still have to monitor that area now because we don't want that to turn into anything, and we want to be proactive if it does turn into something. We're going to pray that it doesn't. But right now, I was doing mammograms once a year. I went from, after having treatment, having mammograms every 3 to 4 months to 6 months to a year. But now I'm going back to every 6 months now because of the tissue that they found in my breast that they thought was something. But again, like I said, it was benign. I'm here to just talk about breast cancer awareness. We all need to talk about this. This disease is really affecting us. If you could do anything to do your part, whether it's join organizations with breast cancer awareness walks and donate to the American Cancer Society, or just support a loved one, a friend who's going through it, who's going through treatment, who has it, or someone who's in remission. You always want to check up on your loved ones because we all here for a purpose. And I wanted to tell my story because sometimes we don't seek the information until it hits home. If you are a breast cancer survivor, I encourage you to share your story because your story might save another person's life. Thank you.